Hey again, guys. Good to be with you again. And wish I had better news than this for you, but let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. So, unfortunately, the board has rejected my request for a better coaching course. Just so you know, and it's going to take me, of course, a second to load this up. I believe I'm up to the Continental B level here in this save. This was actually a couple of games ago, and unfortunately, I was trying to get through the stuff in between games during a work meeting, which is why I wasn't able to film myself arguing with the board about this. The board basically told me right here that they're worried about me going to a bigger club if I get the Continental A coaching certificate. And when I went to talk with them about it, they simply told me that no, it's not the right time right now. This has me a little bit concerned and also a little bit upset. As you might recall, we had two different changes of the guard there in terms of the board at the end of last season. And I think that we wound up getting sort of the worst of all the RNG worlds, is what I'm assuming. We have a board that seems to not be quite as willing to put money into the club, and especially into the coaching of the club. There you can see my fancy Continental B license. All you have left after this is Continental A and then the Continental Pro license, and that's the highest. Now, you might wonder, what does that get you? Well, we can't see any of the attributes here because we don't have the attributes turned on, right? So it's not going to show much. It will, however, give you a jump up in reputation as you move up the ladder. I'm up to 20% reputation. Part of that comes from my longevity here at this club and continuing to play for a long time. Part of it does come from the report or the coaching certificates that we get. And there are other attributes that are assigned to you as a coach that, like I said, don't quite show up here because of the skin. I'll take a quick look here and just see if there's anything up here that really goes on. So I've become a unrivaled authority on the tactical side of the game. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm also somehow a shrewd negotiator who extracts value at every corner, which is impressive because guess what? We haven't played with any actual money. We don't sign players for money. But that's kind of the reputation that I've developed for myself here in game. So what can you do when the board says no? Well, there's not much you can do, right? We just kind of sit back and wait. It's ridiculous to me that they say no, considering the kind of bank balance that we have. I've gone over this before. We have basically nothing in terms of expenditures. I mean, it's so low, right? The highest expenditure total we've had here in the last 2 years was probably right there in September 2002 when we had, for some reason, an expenditure that much of 3.9 thousand euros, right? I mean, this season we've had 17,000 euros of expenditure. Last season it was a total of 30,000, right? And when you look at that in comparison with our income, you'll see why we continue to bring money into the club, because we, quite frankly, don't have any place to spend it. And we have sponsorship deals that have come through this season that are impressive. And we continue to gain money from other sources, from gate receipts and from match day income, because we have a good side, right? So what I think is going to happen here, we're going to look at the projection. That's what I was looking for. Sponsors won't tell you much other than that we do have a kit sponsor. Who would sponsor a kit in American Samoa? I mean, seriously, really? I mean, it's crazy. I'm not sure we have a Continental Competition sponsor because we're not in a Continental Competition, but whatever. I don't understand this. When we look at our projections to continue to grow, this is probably getting up to around semi-pro territory, right? I don't want to have the team push to become professional for the time being. In fact, I'm not going to ask for it because it doesn't help us at all. We do have some wage costs. I don't know where this comes from. I'm guessing from the staff somewhere or something like that. I mean, I don't know. When I look at my contract, I don't have any wages, and my contract never expires because it's not a contract. So much for that. I can leave anytime I want, right? So anyway, that's kind of what happens here, and that's what's going on. My prediction is that if we do win the league this season, and we're very close to doing so, we play Lionheart not today, but or not tomorrow rather, but the day after. After we beat Utale and then hopefully beat Lionheart, we should have a stranglehold on the top place in the league. And it should be relatively easy for us to cruise to the end of the season, after which we'll get back into the Oceania Champions League, and we should be able to get the finances up. I think once that happens, then they'll probably be willing to say, okay, yeah, we'll let you go study for the coaching course. We're going to keep doing that. You have to remember, you only have to really worry about that until you get up to the Continental Pro level. Once you've hit Continental Pro, there's no more coaching courses for you, so you can kind of cruise, and you're up to the level you want to be. Now, it is true, the board is correct that getting that coaching badge is the thing that will make me attractive to other clubs that might be looking for a new manager, including clubs that might actually pay me a salary, right? So that's the other thing you've got to keep in mind. But I do think that for the time being, of course, we're going to stay with PanSa East FC, especially since we finally got the club sort of created in my own image, and we want to do what we can to make sure that this club is as good as it can possibly be and that we can attract more good young players. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing forward. I just worry that this board has turned into a board that's just going to say no for everything. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.